Good afternoon. This is Deines with your midday grain comments for Wednesday, March 9th. Today on the Chicago Board of Trade, we saw corn close down 1, soybeans up 1, and wheat up 2. We had very quiet trade this morning with small gains ahead of the USDA report that was released this afternoon. The supply and demand report came with very few surprises today, with the really only notable change being the USDA's estimate for the 2015 and 16 world carryout numbers. As we dig into some of the action today, we did see some ethanol reports released which showed production for the week down 9,000 barrels per day and stocks were up 3%. We've obviously seen this very common, that production is decreasing, stocks being at record numbers, margins being under significant amount of pressure. We did see some news and movement today that would indicate that margins may start to level off here, as we finally saw unleaded gas now trade ahead of ethanol prices for the first time that we've seen since September. So this pattern that we've been seeing may kind of start to level off now that we're seeing some change in the prices here. As we look at the USDA report numbers from today, we saw the ending stocks for domestically here in the U.S. stayed unchanged from the February report, holding steady at 1.837 billion bushels, and that was also in line with the trade expectations. The world corn carryout was decreased by 1.84 million metric tons, and that was slightly below the average trader's expectations ahead of this report, which really gave us a somewhat friendly to mostly neutral reaction to today's report. On the beans, we also start to hear continued news about South American weather, but that's becoming really less relevant in the market as harvest progress continues to move along there and is beginning to finish up that harvest pace with no real concern of any weather issues. So the attention is certainly going to shift away from South America and into the U.S. weather patterns as we approach our planting season here. The USDA report today showed U.S. ending stocks for soybeans at 0.46 billion bushels, which was up just a hair from the February report and just slightly higher than the trade expectations. But again, the bigger numbers were the world soybean carryouts, which were decreased 1.55 million metric tons. So obviously giving beans that friendly little boost here in the market today. No changes were made at all to any of the South American production numbers in today's report. As we look at wheat, the world wheat carryout was decreased 1.28 million metric tons in today's report. We've obviously got warmer temperatures across the U.S. that are breaking some of that dormancy. The dry weather pattern in the west and the risk for frost still here over the next 25 to 30 days is something we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on in the wheat market as we move forward. So again, no real fresh news today, with this report being mostly a non-event. Likely trade will go back to focusing on other news that it can get without really anything tangible to trade for a long amount of time here, and continue to focus on planting intentions and the March 31st report that we'll have here at the end of the month. So that's all we've got for you today. We hope you all have a great afternoon, and we'll check back with you tomorrow.